Brahma Gururvishnu Gururdevo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave. We are in Gyaneshwari, chapter 18, verse number 49 and OV number 967 or 968. The verse said, Asakta buddhi sarvatra jitatma vigata spruhaha naishkarmya siddhim paramam sanyasenadhikachati. And we are looking at all these different terms. Asakta buddhi sarvatra Chitatma, Vigata Spruha, Naishkarmya Siddhi, Sanyaasa, and Gachati is the one who goes in that direction. And we saw what Asakta Buddhi was, and Asakta Buddhi was that that kind of makeup of your heart and mind which is not attached and attached to what? Attached to anything or anybody. So that is asakta. Asakta is attachment. Buddhi is intellect. And what is happening in intellect? The I is coming. The I is attached. What? All the various varieties. So the one who is not attached, and for that we have already seen in detail before as well as now in this verse in the last class how one must do his own duty, etc., and not worry about others, and whatever you have to do. Whenever we are with someone, we should be 100% present. And in the other words, what is asakta buddhi? Very, very clinical way of putting it, where whatever you are doing, that thought alone is present in your mind. No other thought is corrupting it. That is asakta buddhi. So if I am speaking, I am speaking. I am with every word. I am aware of every word. If I am not aware of the word that is coming out of my mouth at this very moment, then either my mind is in the past or it is in the future, or it is formulating thoughts what I am going to say in the future. It is trying to remember something what I said in the past. No. So whether it is about some object, whether it is about some person, this is complete integration. Detachment brings about integration, and that is very, very important. Someone asked one Mahatma, "What are you doing, sir?" He said, "I am eating." No, I asked, what else are you doing? He says, I am eating. Now what are you doing? I am talking. So are you eating and talking? He says, no, now I am talking. So what is that? Without saying anything, the master is giving an instruction to the questioner that do one thing at a time. Our problem is we try to be multitasking, 100 things going on at the same time. We are watching the TV, eating the food, taking care of the grandchild, scratching the leg, thinking about the COVID, gossiping about someone else. So many things going on at the same time. Thinking about our parents, thinking about our children. This is not living in the present moment. When the number of thoughts that are required at a given moment are exceeded by the number of thoughts required, then you are attached. Dhyayato vishayan pumsa. At any given moment, we can only have one thought. So if I am at this moment a speaker and you are a listener, there's a communication going on. From my point of view and your point of view, only one thought is being expressed as word and reaching you. From my point of view, when I am presenting a thought, is it corrupt? Is my mind going on an overdrive trying to express something, and as a result getting clobbered down? Is not, there is no clarity. And on your part, are you listening? And when you're receiving these words, are you comparing with some data that is already present in the mind? Or are you using that information, those words that are coming, and immediately thinking, I think this I must tell my parents, or I must tell this to my son, or I must tell this to my friend who is, this will really benefit him. Gone. Asakta buddhi is that buddhi which is in the here and now. With whatever is required to be done, it is with that. That is called an integrated buddhi. Then Jitatma, we saw that. Jitatma is he whose the antakaran is under his full control. What is antakaran? Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. Mana, mind, buddhi, intellect, chitta, memories, ahankar, the one who owns all these three, the aham, the I, ahankar. So is our antakaran in our control? We slip many times, don't we? But are we moving towards control? Are we becoming calmer and peaceful? Are we becoming non-reactionary as days go by? Are we cool, rude at any given moment? And what is the Jitatma? How do you bring antakaran under your control? By not allowing the antakaran, mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, to get involved in projects which do not bring about peace of mind. So when the projects are about the world, there can never be peace of mind. When the project is about the self, and you are doing your sadhana, working towards it, actually speaking, that is also not required. But as an individual, what we saw in Kathopanishad yesterday, Shreyas and Prayas, we get involved in such projects, thinking, contemplation, sadhana, which brings about peace of mind. That is Jitatma. Don't understand Jitatma. Oh, I have victory over the Atma. Nobody can have victory over Atma. Jitatma is not victory over Atma. Jitatma is the one who has victory over his Antakaran. The one who is witnessing the Antakaran phenomena. The way is, if at all this itch is there to do something, to get involved in something, get involved like we are right now. Why do we take satsangs? Why do we take satsangs? Only one reason. Only one reason. It's on one hand, dukkha nivritti, sukha prapti. When I get involved in the project of satsang, taking a scripture, deliberating upon it, contemplating upon it, talking about it, for that 1.5 hours, when I do japa, for that half an hour, 1 hour, when I do meditation, for whatever duration of period, all these lead to clarity, all these lead to cessation of the mind, dissolution of the mind. And this dissolution is not taking place under stress. This dissolution and melting away of the antakaran is not taking place under force. It is taking place with understanding. That is why after satsang, we feel as if we are in a zone. Some of you have communicated that to us. When we were listening, when we listened to Swamiji or any other Mahatma, same feeling. And that is the reason people do pilgrimages. Okay, that rajas is there, let it be directed towards something. So go to Tirth Yatra, chant mantras, do Vedic chanting, get exhausted. Ask Ravi and Usha how they get exhausted after 45 minutes. Then they must be meditating very nicely. Thank God the class is over. But whatever mantra you know, simple mantra, Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhi Pushti Vardhanam, do it for without any wanting anything in return, just out of joy, keep chanting. Be available to every word that is coming out of your mouth. How it is getting articulated, how it is getting formed, how it is getting projected out of your mouth. Be aware of the entire manifestation of the word. Oh. Then Vigata Spruha, where are we now? In which verse we are? 68, no? 65 will read, 66 onwards. Aisi karme samya dasha hoyate dhaviresha mag Shri Guru apaisa bhete jiga रात्रीची चौपाहरी वेचलिया अवधारी डोळ्यात मारी मिळे जैसा काय ऊनी फळाचा घडू पारुषवी केळीची वाढू श्री गुरु भेटोनी करी पाडू मुकुट सुतैसा मग आलिंगिला पौर्णिमा जैसा उणी वसांडी चंद्रमा तैसे होय वीरोत्तमा तो गुरु कृपातया. He says in the, where are we, in the 66th verse, no? 66. When he attains equanimity of the mind through righteous actions, he meets his Guru without any effort on his part. Yes, this we talked quite in depth last week. that when our antahakaran, when we perform what is required to be performed in the right manner, meaning being in the here and now, in the present, without expecting anything in return, with full of joy and inspiration, with a sense of dispassion within. Oh my God, so many parameters. Actually, it is one only. You're just thinking of sleep and all these parameters express. So you find a worthy goal in front of your life, in your life. Find the project which takes you to peace of mind, as I was explaining before. Automatically, dispassion will enter, 100% inspiration, because you are looking, your goal is a lofty one, and you know you cannot pursue the Parabrahma, Paramatma, the Atma Sakshatkar or God realization with a chalta hai attitude. It has to be full on, 100%, 110%. मिलेगा तो मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा तो नहीं मिलेगा, ऐसे नहीं चलता. इधर मिलने की बात ही नहीं है. There is nothing to gain, nothing to lose. So where is the question of मिलेगा तो मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा तो मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा. Where is the question of if God wants? Oh, we are already that. But here we are talking about the journey of the seeker. These are the qualities. Asakta buddhi, chitatma. And such a person, when he is performing what is required to be done wherever life has placed him, and he is dealing with whatever is coming to him without cribbing, complaining. I am guilty of it, I complain. To overcome in certain areas, unknowingly we get pulled into that, into default. In other areas, no problem. It is like with eyes closed, you can function there. But certain areas, you are at your wit's end, and that is the challenge, to find a synchronization within yourself, that particular situation is not affecting us, and yet we are doing what is right with the inner joy. It may not be expressed, like mom knows inside when she is scolding a child, inside she is smiling, but outside she is showing the eyes, like that. So when we perform in this manner in our wherever life has placed us, that will result in purification of our antakaran, and where the antakaran gets purified, I'm not saying 100% purified, as it starts a certain critical point, that very moment the teacher appears in your life. Some of you, whom I know, have communicated that to me, and to all of you I have communicated my journey also, how the teacher appeared into my life, merely by doing japa. The purpose was japa was not to achieve anything. It was done for the love of the Lord. That's all, not to achieve anything. The result, when it is for the love of the Lord, without wanting wanting anything in return, the mind gets purified. Where the mind gets purified, the whole universe reorganizes itself, the whole nature reorganizes itself. Hey, here is a person, I think he needs more guidance. Hello, click, 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 Swami, go, teach him. The teacher comes into your life. Teacher came into our life. At every juncture of my sadhana, different teachers appeared. But as the sadhana developed, and because I was aware of what initially I did not understand what moksha is, yet I was pursuing it. Why? Just because the scriptures are saying it so. But as I did my sadhana, the mind became calm. Automatically the question came then, who is this fellow who is sitting in this, who's knowing this calm mind? That is Vedanta. If I was busy listening to the music of the Gandharvas, if I was busy in meditation looking at the various colors that were presenting to me, or the sun that was coming, presenting itself to me, or the gods that were coming and presenting themselves to me, or the Guru Maharajas that were, so many masters came and blessed in meditation. But if I was lost in all of them, then this question that who am I who's observing this calm mind, this question would not have erupted. If the mind was stuck in the Lord, then that type of guru came into my life. When the mind was stuck in pranayam, that type of guru came into my life. The mind was stuck in body, then the body guru came, martial artist. It was a ninth dan. Ninth dan in Hapkido. A few years of that opened everything. Cut. Whole body became so flexible. But when the question, who am I, comes, of its own accord, not because you have read somewhere, as a result of purification, then that time, to resolve that, to guide your mind, antakaran, the seeker, then that type of teacher will come into your life. If you go and seek one and decide that this is going to be my teacher or that is going to be my teacher, I am 100% sure that you will choose the wrong one. Why? Intellect is corrupted. It is deciding who's going to be my guru. It is always the guru who says, "This I am going to accept this fellow as a disciple." It's not the other way around. That is the modern way. The teachers are assessed by the students. That is not our way. That is not the way of the Sanatana Dharma. Guru, without effort on his part, effortlessly the teacher comes into your life. Mannatha Shri Jagannatha, Mad Guru Shri Jagat Guru. When you pray to the Lord, you get the vision that the Lord is present in the entire world. And this can only happen when the mind is pure, antakaran is purified. then automatically, Mad Guru Shri Jagat Guru, the Guru comes into your life. He teaches you how to access, how to recognize the Sadguru. And how do you recognize the Sadguru? Madatma Sarva Bhutatma. You saw the New Year message. The Lord, the Guru, and the Atma, they are one and the same. If you have recognized this and are abiding in it, you don't need anything. Story over. Continue living life. But if there is an error in this somewhere, and you see the difference between these three, then choose wisely. And what do you choose? Choose to purify your mind. Chitatma, purify your antakaran, some way, somehow, without drugs, without alcohol, without sleep. Remain conscious. When the 4 prahars, 12 hours of the night are over, the sun, who is the enemy of the darkness, makes his appearance. When the 4 prahars, 12 hours of the night are over, so 12 hours, 12 years, last time I think we did this, 12 hours, 12 years. One sadhana is equal to 12 years. So if you take a mantra, 12 years you have to chant. You take a sadhana, 12 years. You will become, it will give you it will have a consequence. It requires that much time to purify, in general terms, to purify the mind. But how come some people so quickly? Purva Janma Sanskar. I think I also have Purva Janma Sanskar. Ego trip. We must begin from the bottom that we are the worst of the lot. I am ready to prepare for next 12 times 4, which is the whole life. I am ready to prepare my mind for the whole life. If it happens earlier, Lord's blessings. But if you begin that I already have Purva Janma Sanskar, then God also will say, yaar, ye to pahuncha hua hai. I think I also can't help him. Then what happens as a result? When the sadhana gets fructified, see, you are not doing sadhana for some result. You are doing sadhana because it's the right thing to do, without expectation of any result. So there is no kartrutva abhiman there. There is no doership. But remember what we told you before. If there is doership, there is karma phal. And if there is kriya, there is kriya phal. Isn't it? Kriya phal is not binding, karma phal is binding. Karma phal leaves a samskar behind. Samskar, an impression which goes into your accumulated karma. Whereas kriya phal is in the moment, the result of the consequence is there and there is no memory created of it. And what is happening as a result of this purification? The Guru has come into your life and you have studied for the required period of time. As a result of that study, engagement, sadhana, contemplation, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. What is the consequence of that? The sun will rise and the darkness will be removed. What is that sun will rise? The Atma reveals itself as a result of purification. Atma is of the nature of knowledge. And darkness is removed. Darkness is what? All thought knowledge is anatma. All thought knowledge is ignorance. This is what is told here. That the sun, who is the enemy of the darkness, makes his appearance. When another example is taken, when the plantain bears a bunch of bananas, its growth comes to a stop. In the same way, when the seeker meets the Guru, he becomes perfect and his activity comes to an end. We have begun, I have to purify, I have to do the japa, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this. When the Guru comes into your life, he gives you the right orientation, he gives you how to make efforts into an effortless glide. And you know what we are talking here. Without a Guru, effortless glide is you think of sleep and effortlessly glide into sleep. Isn't it? Without pulling the waking world out of your mind, it leaves you by itself. Effortlessly you glide into sleep. Bring it about consciously. How to bring it about consciously? The sadhana will be given now, afterwards. This is all preparation. All these verses are preparation to that, towards that sadhana. And reiterating the goal. And the teacher teaches you how to move from efforts to effortless. What type of thoughts, what type of activity, what type of contemplation will take you from efforts to an effortless glide, and you abide in yourself without a thought knowledge that you are abiding. You come to your natural state, and that is only possible when we go beyond the thoughts. In samadhi, we are beyond the thoughts. Keep practicing samadhi again and again and again and again and again. One day, and keep doing satsang. If you are already getting into samadhi, fantastic. But keep listening to satsang. No, it's all words. No. Satsang is giving you fine-tuning. Somewhere in samadhi, before going into samadhi, instead of getting addicted to samadhi bhava, you will transcend that also. That is grace. You come to be in the natural state. It's only one click. But for that one click to happen, 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, japa, sadhana, meditation, samadhi abhyas, blah, blah. Oh my God. All efforts. Continuing. O great warrior, just as the moon goes into its full phase on the night of the full moon and lacks nothing, so he does not remain in want by the grace of the Guru. So what is this? Madatma, the Mad Guru, Sri Jagat Guru. Madguru, my guru, who is my, when you say my guru, is the guru outside? What is the transformation? That this guru is the guru of the whole world. Is it an external phenomena, or is it an internal realization that the guru who is outside, who is teaching me, in essence, in principle, when I realize that Guru Tattva within myself, at that very moment, Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrabhat Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I recognize that this Guru Tattva, this Guru in the physical form who is outside, is the Sadguru within, and this Sadguru is the Jagat Guru. Thereafter, I don't seek the Guru. In Chandogya Upanishad, the student goes and studies. The father is also a great teacher, great Rishi. He sends his son to a teacher. He studies there for 12 years, comes back, and very arrogantly said, "Dad, now I have studied and I know everything." The father says, "Son, fantastic, I'm so happy for you. Welcome back that you have studied 12 years and now you know everything. But have you learned that by knowing which nothing else remains to be known?" The son excuse me. The son, in the arrogance, we were also like that when we finished our course. As if invincible. He said, thought about it. Do I know that by knowing which nothing else remains to be known? No, I don't know that. What? You didn't study that? No, my teacher never taught me that. I think he must not have known, that's why he didn't teach us. See the conclusion of the student in his arrogance, that he is judging his Guru Maharaj himself. But now that he realized that there is still something which is missing, he says, "Dad, I am your disciple, please tell me." And he goes away, studies, contemplates. Father says something. He comes back and says, "Body is the Guru." Father says, "Get away." Contemplate again. Again he comes back, he says, "Prana is the Guru." Again his father sends him. He comes back, "Mind is the Guru." Again the father sends him. "Intellect is the Guru." Again father sends him. Fifth time the son doesn't come back. The son doesn't come back. Why? Slowly, his attention was being refined. Knowledge he had, but the sail of his intellect had to be put in the right angle. And that, when he accepted the discipleship of his father, then the father was able to guide him. But at the same time, there was an urge within him that, hey, I have learned everything, but how come I don't know this? In the arrogance, he said the teacher may not have known, that's why he didn't teach me. But once you go and sit on your own, then you realize maybe he taught and I was not available at that time. I must be dreaming, I must be sleeping, I must be dozing off, I must be busy looking out of the window. I will be busy sipping the coffee or the tea, and in that one sip of the tea, the most important instruction was whist. See? So, just as the moon is exhibiting fullness without any lack, there is no truty in it, not even an iota of darkness is in it. It is called Purna Chandra. No? Similarly, the seeker also, when he comes in the become accepts discipleship, allows himself to be guided by the Guru Maharaj from within and without, then his mind and intellect, they come to this fullness. Initially by thinking and then by transcending the thoughts. Where there are thoughts, there is effort. They must lead to effortless abidance, glide into your natural state. And that is the full moon that is being mentioned here. Oh great, that is done. So he does not remain in want by the grace of the Guru. So now, because he has discovered his fullness, he has discovered his natural state and is abiding in that natural state. Now he is not looking forward for any grace of God, he is not looking for any grace of Guru. Because he himself has he only by way of words I can communicate to you, he has discovered that he is grace incarnate himself as the self. As long as we are divorced from our natural state, till then there is a desire, there is a want to be complete. When you are complete, there is no desire left. Just as darkness disappears along with the night, so through the favor of his master, his ignorance vanishes. See? Kataksha Netra. There are many ways the master graces. People want specific grace. This is another big joke. They want a mantra. Oh, I got this mantra from that master, I got this mantra. Did he call you and give it to you? No. You went and demanded. So he had to give. You demanded. And you are only happy that I got that mantra from that great master. But what about application? You got it from that great master? He must have given you instruction. Chant so many malas every day. Who will do that? They are only happy that I got this mala, Rudraksha mala, from Kailash, from that master. I got this Fatika mala from this person. I got this Navagraha ring from that master. But what after that? You are a leech if you remain in that mode of mind. You have to discover your independence. Why did I say leech? Leech sucks the blood. We suck the grace from everyone, all the masters and God. Every time we go to the temple, we are like a leech. For minimum investment, we want maximum result. That is the mantra of a successful person in this today's society. Minimum efforts, maximum result. Minimum expenditure, maximum return. Guru Maharaj doesn't ask anything. Minimum investment. All you have to do is physically be available. Ask Swami, please, Mala. Now, Swami, please touch me here. No, Swami, I want to live longer. Depending upon your intensity of that desire and your availability to the master reciprocates. But in the end, he is not losing anything, but you have become dependent. You are a leech. You are a blood sucker. You are a grace sucker. But that is not grace. That is your demanding. And now, demanding what? Objects. Demanding what? Experiences. We only want toys and trinkets from the Guru Maharajas. They are sitting there to give us the entire, they are ready to give you the self to you, guide you to your own infiniteness. But we go to them, we go to the temple only for a car, for a child, for a grandchild, for a good health, for something from the world. Pathetic behavior. So just as darkness disappears along with the night, when the sun rises, night disappears. Along with the night, darkness disappears. Similarly, when the Guru appears in our life, darkness starts disappearing. What is darkness here when the Guru appears? Ignorance about our own essential nature starts disappearing. We may not have realized, but clarity starts coming. Glimpses here and there start happening. We become clear about our sadhana. By being in contact, by listening to satsangs, by being in his presence, we start understanding where we are going wrong. Just by being in their presence, we can assess ourselves. This process begins. Because in the presence of the Guru, the moment Guru comes into our life, his job is only one. And it is not job that he wants. No, it is his nature. The nature of the sun is, wherever it arises, darkness goes away. So the moment Guru comes into our life, it's a natural phenomena that ignorance will slowly disappear. We have to have the perseverance and patience to remain in touch, in contact, available to the masters, to the satsang. So if we are available to Gyaneshwari Maharaj here, with bhav, with reverence, dotting on each word that he is expressing, that grace is available here and now, at this very moment. Uh, 971 तैसी अबोधाचिये कुशी कर्म करता कार्य ऐशी त्रिपुटी असे ते जैसी गाभिणी मारिली तैसेची अबोधनाशा सवे नाशे क्रिया जात आघवे ऐसा समूळ संभवे संन्यासुहा येणे येणे मुळा ज्ञान संन्यासे दृश्याचा जे तठावो पुसे तेथ बुझावे ते पैसे तोची आहे चैलियावरी पाही स्वप्नींची या दिये डोही आपण या ते काही काढू जाईचे दैमी नेणे आता जाणेन हे सरले तया दुःस्वप्न झाला ज्ञातृज्ञेया विहीन चिदाकाश. Slowly we are moving towards from Madguru Sri Jagadguru. Now we are coming to Madatma Sarvabhuta. He says what? Just as with the slaughter of a pregnant woman, her fetus is also killed, so with the destruction of ignorance, the triad of action, agent, and the instrument of action also ceases. This is just an example. Nobody is going to kill. It's just a simile that when a pregnant woman is killed, the fetus within her womb also dies. Similarly, when here it says, similarly, when with the destruction of ignorance, what is in the womb of ignorance? In the womb of ignorance is the Triputi. The word here used was, where are we? 1970, not 1970. What is it? Triputi asete zaisi gabhini marili. Triputi. Triputi is triad. What is the triad? Seer, seen, seeing, hearer, heard, hearing, knower, known, knowing, experiencer, experienced, experiencing, doer, karta, karya, and karana. So doer, the object to be achieved, done, action, and the instruments through which are utilized. So, what is ignorance? In the womb of ignorance, the Triputi. What is in the womb of the total ignorance? Now think of Triputi. I have given you an example. Seer, seen, seeing, hearer, heard, hearing. What other Triputis are there? Jeev, Jagat, Ishwar, Triputi. What other?
Waking, dream, and deep sleep.
Waking, dream, and deep sleep. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Triputi. What other Triputi is there? Bhutakash, Chittakash, Chidakash. Triputi. All these triads. Wherever there is a triad, it is an expression of ignorance. And we have to go beyond. Going beyond means recognition that God, Guru, and Atma are one. You are going beyond Triputi. When the God is above the clouds, and we surrender to the Guru, and we are identified with the form of the Guru Maharaj. And he came into our life only to guide us to the Supreme. To make us recognize that the Guru is within, not without, in the form. Yes, the Guru principle is all pervading. But how we have accepted only as that particular form, with that dadi, with that hair or no hair, or with that particular cloth, or living in that particular city, and Patharipati of that particular ashram. This is the constriction of our vision. This is the ignorance that we are caught up in. He has come to break that. But Yes, we understand what you are saying, but Prabhu, Swami, Guru, see, today I am talking in this manner. You come to Bhagavad, it will be totally different. There is bhav is required, no doubt. Bhav is required. But one must remain subjective, not objective. One must remain subjective. Subjective means, yes, it is not possible without our Guru Maharaj, we would not have understood Bhagavad Gita the way we understand today. Still, there is so much to learn. Every time I learn new things. That's why I'm taking different types. First, 2 times I took Bhagavad Gita with Adi Shankaracharya Bhashya, and this time I've taken Gyaneshwari Maharaj's commentary on it. Next time I take someone else's. It's unfathomable. There's so much in it. And it is teaching us how to live in this life and practice and be. Not run away from life. And be. You recognize yourself. Instead, we become dependent on God in the temples. We become dependent on the Guru. Is the Guru a donkey? Or God a donkey to carry your load? From his vision, there is no otherness. From a seeker's point of view, there is only otherness. And Guru comes into our life to remove that otherness and help you get established in the oneness that your essential nature is. And we become obsessed with the form of the God or Guru. With the destruction of ignorance, the triad of action, agent, and the instruments of action also ceases. Thereafter, such masters, such seeker in whom the agent, the action, and the instrument cease to have an impact on the conscious principle, on the Atma. In such a person, there is no karma. Only kriya is taking place. Therefore, there is no bondage. Where there is karma, there is bondage. Where there is kriya, there is no bondage. Give you an example. The mirror is reflecting all activity going on in the room. Is it bound to any activity? Huh? Does it have past or future? Does it retain the images to revel in them afterwards? It is free. Is our mind like that of the mirror? Accepting everything, rejecting nothing, and retaining nothing. This is the state that is being explained. This is the disposition when ignorance with the triad disappears. The triad is possible, the Tripudi is possible only at the equipment level, the instrumental level. Tripudi is not possible at the Atma level. Well, Atma is not a level. Otherwise, you will hang me that you said Atma is a level. Oh, which other In this way, there is total renunciation of action. This is sannyasa, total renunciation of action. Action means the presence of triputi. Renunciation of action means where the triputi is absent, yet the phenomena is taking place. For others, not for you. Sannyas means the discovery of our right identity. मूळ अज्ञान संन्यासे दृश्याचा जेत ठावो कुसे तेत बुजावे ते आपैसे तोच आहे. When ignorance, in this way there is total renunciation of action. When ignorance, which is the root cause of action, why ignorance is the root cause of action? What is the triputi here? Avidya, kama, karma. Avidya is the mother, or I should say grandmother. Then the child born of avidya is kama, desire, and the grandchild is karma. So the cause of karma is, the root cause of karma is avidya, which expresses as kama. Kama results in karma. That is what is said here, that when ignorance, which is the root cause of action, is destroyed, even the name of mundane existence becomes obliterated, and the knower himself becomes that which is to be known. The knower himself becomes that which is to be known. What is it called? Brahmatmaikya bodha. Atma Sakshatkar. This is Naishkarmya Siddhi. When all karma is gone once and for all, karma necessarily requires the karta. The karta, the one who was putting efforts, but he was putting efforts in the right direction, Shreyas. As a result, effortless glide under the guidance of a guru and scriptures. Effortless glide into sleep. Similarly, effortless glide into Brahmatmaikya Bodha, Atma Sakshatkar. And just as Atma Sakshatkar, just as the sun rises, no darkness is possible. Atma Sakshatkar, Brahmatmaikya Bodha, no ignorance is possible. Atma Sakshatkar is with reference to this Panchakoshas. And Brahmatmaikya Bodha is that this Atma alone is all that there is. Madatma Sarva Bhutatma. This is Brahmatmaikya Bodha. Brahma Atma Bodha. Madatma Atma. Sarva Bhutatma. Brahma, that is Brahman. This Atma and Brahman are one. Brahmatmaikya Bodha. No other religion in the world teaches you this. Only Vedanta. Only Vedanta has the courage to openly declare that you are all that there is. See, desire, which is always of the world, in the world, for the world, when you are thinking of desire of moksha, it is also that desire for moksha is also in this world only. It can never be fulfilled. Nothing in this world is permanent. Two ways you can discover. You have Vigata Spruha. What came now in this verse? Vigata Spruha. Spruha is desire, lust. How? One way to overcome this desire is take the world to be mithya. The world is phenomenal, the world is changing, the world is useless, I don't want to be involved in this. You are doing on the seat of meditation, not to the people whom you know. Then get out of it. No. This you work it out in your own mind. That every thought that is erupting, if the thought is about the world, if the thought is about relations, if the thought is about body, if the thought is about heat and cold, if the thought is about hunger and thirst, if the thought is about karma phala, past, future, that zero value with understanding, not just with changing. That it's a thought, not worth it to pursue. This is one way to overcome the desire for the world by reducing the value of the world to zero. And you can reduce the world to zero by recognizing that it is mithya. You understand? And the second way is discover the world to be divine. And you cannot discover, how do you discover the world to be divine? Oh, Lord alone is expressing as this world. So serve the world and exhaust yourself. Sacrifice yourself at the altar of the world. Because everything is divine. So every experience, every person, every moment is divine for you. Vigata Spruha. When ignorance, that is the root cause of the action, is destroyed, even the name of mundane existence becomes obliterated, and the knower himself becomes that which is to be known. What were you seeking? The Atma. What have you become? Atma. In other words, you are abiding in the self as the self. Remember in 6th chapter, Uddharet Atmanatmanam Atmanam Avasadhayet. Raise yourself in yourself for yourself without using the not self. What was the not self? Everything that comes under the umbrella of ignorance. In other words, all triputis are not self. In other words, what you see, hear, touch, feel, taste, think, ideate, imagine, desire is not self. Uddharet Atmanatmanam. Raise yourself, by yourself, in yourself, for yourself. It does not mean I want to liberate. I want to liberate. Tripudi gone. I is still there. Karta is there. The desire is there. We have to annihilate this desirer. This aham bhav has to dissolve. It will dissolve only under the guidance of a master. Under the Sadguru. Sadguru is present everywhere. Are we available? Just as the signal is available everywhere. But if our phone is off, we have put it on airplane mode, and then we are saying, why I'm not getting any calls, why I'm not getting any SMSs, people don't love me anymore, God doesn't love me anymore, that person doesn't love me anymore. Hey, put your phone on. Are we tuned in? Are we on? Are we available? When we are available, now what? Then read the manual, how to use the phone to its full potential. I don't know. Then you go around. Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? It's the same thing. Guru comes into our life, teaches us. But we have to be available. We have to be on, not off. If a person dreams that he was drowning in deep waters in a river, will he make an effort after waking up to save himself from drowning? In the same way, when the bad dream that I am ignorant, now I have attained knowledge comes to an end, his notion of the knowing agent and the object of knowledge cease, and he himself becomes all-pervasive knowledge. Madatma Sarva Bhutatma. This is the expansion of the consciousness. It's not that Madatma and Sarva Bhutatma are separate. They are one and the same. That is called Brahmatmaikya Bodh. Brahmatmaikya Bodh cannot be brought about. It is your natural state. Then what is happening right now? Right now, we are divorced from, we are not abiding in that natural state consciously. So we are using words, we are using our intellect, we are using the scriptures to sync with it, to sync with what we really are, what we essentially are, to sync with the tattva that we are. But where is this all happening? It is happening in your mind, in your intellect. All this must give way. All this must dissolve away. All this must melt away. So, example taken, just like a person who is drowning in a river in the dream after waking up, will he make an effort to wake up to save himself from the drowning? After you wake up, do you think about drowning? Do you still carry the memory of being underwater and drinking water and breathing your last? Because the moment you start drowning in the dream, you wake up. The moment you wake up, the dream was an illusion, isn't it? You know there was a dream, you know there was an experience, but you know it was ephemeral, it was a figment of imagination. And at that very moment, you give it zero value. Same way, I'm drowning drowning in this world of ignorance. I am ignorant. I want liberation. The moment you liberate, the moment you abide in yourself, thereafter, will you give value to this waking experience? Will you give value to this body? Do you give value to the body in the dream? No. Do you give value to the sadhana in the dream? No. Same way, once we come to abide, then this waking experience is just another dream in which we were drowning, and we have woken up from it, and come to realize it was only a figment of imagination. It was only an illusion. It was only a projection. In the same way, when the bad dream that I am ignorant, now I have attained knowledge, comes to an end, his notion of the knowing agent and the object of knowledge cease, and he himself becomes all pervasive knowledge. Now you think, the dreamer, how was the dreamer thinking? He was saying, I am drowning, I am underwater, I am not getting the oxygen, oh, help, I'm going to die, and suddenly he wakes up. What is the value of that I of the dreamer for the value of I for the one who has woken up? Zero, isn't it? What is the value of the body of the dream for the value for the dream body for the one who has woken up? Zero. What is the value of the good or bad experiences in the dream for the one who has woken up from the dream? Zero. For all the three things, zero. Same way, when we wake up from this waking dream, we will have zero value for everything. Zero value for the waking eye. Zero value for all that with which the I is relating itself. Zero value for the world in which the I had accepted as real. Zero value for all the experiences and the memories and the aspirations for the waker I. Once you come to abide. And the moment you come to leave it all and just be, that very moment, Madatma Sarva Bhutatma, that very moment, you pervade, you are everything. Everything, we are using the word everything only because we are in the relative communicating to each other. We see the variety, we see the three states, so we have to say everything. From the absolute point, from the Atmic point, there is no, the word Atma is also an abuse to the Atma, and the Paramatma is also an abuse to the Paramatma. Both are, it is all that there is. In the same way, when the bad dream that I am ignorant, now I have attained the knowledge, comes to an end, his notions of the knowing agent and the object of knowledge ceases, and he himself becomes all pervasive knowledge. Sarvabhut, all pervasive knowledge. Sat Chit Anand, Chit is of the nature of knowledge itself. What is our understanding of knowledge? Knowledge that we gain through thoughts, concepts, ideas. Which is all by way of thoughts. That is Apara Vidya. Mundaka Upanishad will tell when we take that Upanishad. Apara Vidya and Para Vidya. Apara Vidya is the lower knowledge. Lower knowledge is always by way of thoughts. Apara Vidya, that which is beyond thoughts. What is beyond thoughts? You are. You don't need thoughts to know yourself. No. 76th. सुखाभासेसी आरिसा परौता ने लिया वीरेशा पाहते पणे वीण जैसा पाहता ठाके तैसे नेणणे जे गेले तेणे जाणणे ही नेले मग निष्क्रिय उरले चिन्मात्रची एक स्वभावे धनंजया नाही कोणीची क्रिया म्हणवनी प्रवादुतया नैष्कर्म्यू ऐसा हे आपुले आपणपे असे तेची होऊनी हारपे तरंगू काक वायुलोभे समुद्रू जैसा तैसे न होणे निफजे ते नैष्कर्म्य सिद्धी जाणिजे सर्व सिद्धी ती सहसे परमहेची. Look at this in our next class. पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ.